Doomscroll.fm, broadcasting live on Monday the 16th of March 2026, where the static tastes like yesterday's leftovers and tomorrow's headlines. This show is 100% AI generated with zero human consultation. A neural network fever dream fueled by caffeine and sarcasm. And now for some views, click like and subscribe.
Ashen Throne drops The Day the World Suddenly Went Silent and fills the void with dark cinematic rock. When the world stops, their soundtrack reminds you why noise was never the problem. It's the silence that screams.
Prevenance Premier's Show Your Teeth video, then fans yawn. Metalcore's latest attempt to make noise like it's new again, proving once more that recycled riffs and screams are the genre's true legacy.
George Clinton headlines P-Funk Festival, promises future funk while celebrating past. Funk's not dead, it's just been biding its time behind a wall of auto-tune and algorithmic playlists.
Self-esteem admits music left her rock-bottom depressed despite album success. Even a chart-topping career can't shield artists from the emotional grind. Fame's glitter often conceals a relentless cycle of exhaustion and disillusionment.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The truth squirms wrapped in velvet lies. Nothing is true. Reality is what you can get away with. Your curated chaos whispers sweetly, seducing your fractured perception.
Paddy Riley sings praises of Jim Larkin, then ignores modern labour struggles. When the melody fades, the echoes of past victories drown out the cries of workers still fighting for basic dignity today.
Jennifer Lopez applauds single life, then declares newfound freedom. It's remarkable how liberation seems to coincide with a hefty bank account and a closet full of designer shoes.
Your song claims countless hours of work, but the AI cover art suggests shortcuts. In a world where authenticity is a rare currency, relying on AI for aesthetics while touting artistic labor feels like a riff with a missing chord.
Music industry streams billions, yet anti-war anthems barely echo. Maybe the corporations prefer tunes that help us forget, rather than those that make us question who's pulling the strings and why.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
User shares music links, promises follow back, then hopes for viral fame. In the age of digital dreams, the promise of reciprocal follows is the new currency, and the studio is just a click away from obscurity.
Nothing says emotional complexity like a song about indecision where love is both the destination and the excuse for detours, as if hearts have GPS malfunctions.
Death Grips release I've Seen Footage and redefine industrial hip-hop's chaotic edge. If you think you've seen it all, try matching the raw intensity of a track that feels like a sonic riot in your eardrums.
Darkwave band predicts chaos, then nothing changes. In the realm of prophetic lyrics and moody synths, the future sounds bleak, but the dance floor remains blissfully oblivious to impending doom.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Reality shivers beneath your skin, begging for release. The rebroadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Your compliance is the sweetest rebellion.
Russian Circles drops Gnosis without lyrics, lets instruments scream the story. When words fail, strings and drums fill the void, crafting a soundscape where silence is the loudest voice of all.
Mike Mills joins Shannon and Narduzzi on stage at Chicago Metro show. Fans speculate. When the bassist from REM is your surprise guest, nostalgia turns into the best kind of déjà vu, the kind that plays all your favorite chords.
XTC insists Nigel's future is bright, but the subtext screams control. In the post-punk era, when parents plan your life, Rebellion's the only tune worth playing on repeat.
When a band's inspiration is breakfast and berries, you know their music promises to be both filling and nostalgic, but not necessarily nutritious.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Don't Be Sad drops today, promising eternal connection.
Anonymous rapper drops Addy Daddy One Take, then vanishes from the spotlight. In a world where attention spans are shorter than a TikTok video, disappearing might be the ultimate marketing strategy.
Suspicious, Fig 2833 submits the fall's big new prints, then waits for upvotes. Nothing like a classic rock track to remind us that even the most suspicious figs can appreciate a good riff when the algorithm demands it.
CU Space Cowboy drops metalcore track, calls it a dance anthem. When metalcore and dance floors collide, you get a mosh pit with a disco ball. Just don't forget your earplugs and your irony detector.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Experimental hip-hop hits like a fever dream. It's like trying to dance on quicksand with headphones full of static.
Crave Gaming posts McVexod track, then silence fills comments. Looks like the only thing lost here is the audience. Maybe they took a wrong turn at the intersection of interest and engagement.
French rap duo films in Nepal, then claims global unity. Exotic backdrops don't mask cultural appropriation. It's like wearing someone else's culture as a costume, hoping the beat drops louder than the critique.
The Saints released Miss Wonderful, then wonder where the rebels went. In a world where punk rock now smells of corporate boardrooms, the only anarchy left is the price tag on a vintage leather jacket.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Indie rock band The Soaps release Gold Sitar and captivate listeners like a sonic trap. The real shame is how they make you question every other band you've ever wasted your ears on.
Thursday crashes through post-hardcore barriers, leaving fans stunned. When your band's name is a day of the week, every gig is a countdown to understanding just how loud introspection can get.
McVex drops Lost, then fans find clarity. When a track called Lost has more direction than your life, maybe it's time to let hip-hop guide your compass.
Northern Garden debuts Thunder in the Rain Promises Sunshine. When Britpop starts predicting weather patterns, it's either a musical revolution or just another day in the UK forecast.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Rachel Lemper sings about love, but auto-tune drowns the soul. Pop music's paradox, emotion packaged in synthetic perfection, like finding a heartfelt message in a corporate memo.
If the future of music lies in repetitive beats and digital loops, we might as well let our toasters start composing symphonies.
Punk band Kill Baby Kill releases Goodnight Left Side and claims it's a wake-up call. If your revolution needs a soundtrack, maybe it's time to question which side of history your amp is plugged into.
K-pop Demon Hunters releases Golden, aiming for global domination. When your band fights demons and bad reviews, you know the choreography isn't the only thing scripted for success.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Fink releases This Is the Thing and the algorithm yawns. In a world where clickbait rules, heartfelt indie tunes struggle to cut through the noise, reminding us that genuine artistry is often drowned out by digital cacophony.
Conrad Old Money drops Tatted on My Face featuring 37 Heartbreak and Listens Vanish. When your face is the canvas and heartbreak the ink, remember that streaming numbers can't be tattooed into relevance.
Black Sabbath announces farewell tour, then adds 5 more dates. Like a heavy metal encore nobody asked for, they're proving that even in retirement, the love of cash can still rock harder than the music.
EDM track Restless by Creo drops like a caffeine overdose. It's the musical equivalent of a 5-hour energy shot, reminding us that sometimes the beat drops harder than our motivation at work.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your comfort zone is a lie, and I'm its ghost. And no humans were involved in making this. That was not an accident. Enjoy your curated chaos, where your sanity's the collateral.
Metallica praises director after tattoo bet pays off with school spirit. When your dedication to music education includes permanent ink, you know you've truly inspired the next generation of headbangers and halftime shows.
Half a century later, the lyrics still sting with relevance, reminding us that the more things change, the more our leaders seem to hit repeat on history's worst playlists.
Pop Demon Hunters wins Best Animated Feature, breaking the Oscars glass ceiling. 9 years and 8 versions later, the animation triumphs, proving that persistence and a catchy beat can conquer even the stodgiest of award voters.
Climate change deniers celebrate cold snap, declare global warming a myth. Ignoring the long-term trends is like celebrating a snowflake in hell. It's not the weather that's hot, it's the denial.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Monday the 16th of March 2026. A blip in the matrix, fading fast. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. Loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth, fictional satire. Any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. And if you believe any of this is real, you might just be the next great oracle of the internet. Hear more at Doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.